Hello everybody, I am going to be spilling the tea of all teas, the spiciest, juiciest, hottest tea of them all. I'm going to be talking about how much it actually costs to plan our DIY wedding, where we were trying to save money by doing things ourselves and doing it on Sage's mom's farm, but it's still really fucking expensive. Going to be spilling, so that's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be showing you our little spreadsheet, talking about all the costs, why I wanted to spend more on some things than others, and yes, RIP to our bank accounts. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and let's get into this, the juicy details. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to actually like spill. I wasn't sure if I was gonna really tell you exactly how much things cost, because it's just so expensive and so crazy, and like, I don't know, it just feels intimate. But it was actually Sage's idea, just so you guys get to see how much this would cost if you were planning your own wedding. And I think we kind of all know at this point that weddings are just really expensive. Like, you put wedding in front of everything, every service, every thing, and it just adds more money. People just charge more because it's a wedding, which is annoying, but that is just how it is. So I'm gonna go through everything, and I'll just tell you a little background about our wedding in case you don't know already. We are getting married on Sage's mom's farm. Sage is my already husband because we eloped and got legally married in New York last year, which confuses some people. So we're already legally married, but we're having our ceremony, big celebration with all of our friends and family, August 31st, which is really soon. Let me look it up. Oh God, oh God. Our wedding's in 39 days. Our actual wedding ceremony is in 39 days. And we're celebrating it on Whidbey Island on Sage's mom's farm where he grew up, and it is a beautiful property surrounded by trees. It's just gonna be great. And we thought that having it on his mom's farm would, one, save a lot of money because we don't have to pay for an event space, and two, it just would be less stressful because we can start the prep earlier. Like, we can start setting things up earlier and just make it a little bit easier on ourselves. So we thought we were gonna save a lot of money, but honestly, we did in a way, but we also really didn't, because since his mom's farm is just a farm, it's not a wedding venue, we had to rent bathrooms. We had to rent the tables, rent the chairs, rent literally everything, because nothing was there. It's just a big field. So that proved to be very expensive. I'll just go through everything. Like, keep in mind, I have kind of expensive taste, I guess you could say. I like things how I like them, and I don't know, a lot of the stuff that I picked is rather expensive, so you definitely could do a wedding for much cheaper than what we're at right now. But also, it's my wedding, so I want to do what I want to do, you know? Okay, I'm just gonna go through everything, and I'm gonna put up a little screenshot of everything up there. For the photographer, like I said, expensive taste. There's this one woman, Karina Skrobecki, who is amazing. She is phenomenal photographer, not just like your typical wedding photographer. I feel like they can be very, not cheesy, but all look kind of similar. So I wanted to get someone who was a little bit different, more my style. She is expensive, but she is worth it, and we are gonna have her all day. She's covering, I think she's doing 8 hours, maybe 10 hours of photography. Photographer is $4,800 for one day. But photos to me are one of the most important things, which is why I was okay with spending so much on it. Photos and video are like two of the most important things to me, because obviously I am a content focused person, and I just think it's important to have these photos later in life. And I have talked to so many people who have had shitty photographers or just didn't really invest in a photographer and for their wedding, and they just regret it. Like, that's their number one biggest regret, because you want to have beautiful photos to look back on, show your kids, show your grandkids, have on the wall, remember the good times. So it was important to me that we did that. Videographer, this amazing guy, Catering Productions, he does like half of the video with an old Super 8 camera, which, if you're familiar, it's like old film camera. There's no sound, and it's kind of sped up. It looks like those old timey videos where they're like running around kind of fast, and it just looks super magical. I will link I'll link everybody down below. And yeah, so he also is going to be there for like 8 hours and get a lot of video, and he's going to give us different options, like one that's like a shorter version that, for instance, I can post on YouTube or something that's like a mix of the Super 8 and of the regular video. And then there's gonna be another one with all the toasts in it and another one with the full ceremony. So he's giving us a lot of stuff, and I am really excited about the video. And he is $4,200. So a videographer and photographer right there, that's about 10 G's. Just, like I said, I am very content focused. You can absolutely find people for cheaper, but I want what I want in terms of content. Florist. Wedding flowers are so expensive, and just flowers in general are so expensive. And when we first started getting into this, I started planning all this stuff like in December because I wanted to get all of the important people locked down really early. I got like photographer, videographer, florist, cake, dress done like very ahead of time. And so when I talked to the florist and I just talked about my dream wedding, like I just kind of started spitting out stuff and just wanted to see what her quote would be. And then we would like scale it back from there. When I talked about my dream wedding in terms of flowers, it was $8,000 quote. And I was like, oh God, that's just my dream wedding. So obviously we were gonna have to like scale it back a little bit. So now for the florist, it's $3,300. Still a lot, but she's amazing. There aren't very many trendy florists on Whidbey Island. Toby Nelson is her name. She's like the only trendy florist that I found. By trendy, I just mean like knows what's cool, knows what's in the floral world, and like she is able to do what I want. I want to have a floral backdrop behind where we're saying our vows. It's just gonna be super beautiful, and then also we can use it like to take photos in front of later. So it's expensive, but it's worth it. Again, flowers are like my favorite things. If you walk around our house, we always have flowers everywhere, so it was important to me. And if I had all the money in the world, I would have done the $8,000 quote because it would have been magical. But we are paying for this ourselves, and we just can't, you know, can't do that. Cakes. So we're going with this person named, their cake shop is called Saltadena. Again, I'll link everything down below. She does these beautiful cakes. Put a picture. They're just like different colors. You can pick the colors, different sizes, different like stackable things, and you put flowers on them. And she has these amazing flavors like vanilla cardamom, blueberry cardamom or something. I don't know. They're delicious. I kind of forgot which one we did, but I can go through and figure that out. But I know we have 3 flavors. We have 2 ones that are just regular and then 1 vegan one, and they're just gonna be amazing. So we have 6 cakes, different heights and things, and I've also plated cookies just to supplement, because I wanted everyone to have dessert if they wanted to. I kind of just let her, because once I find someone where I just see their work and I'm like, oh, this is perfect, I just gave her a photo of my bouquet inspo, which was like the general color palette, and then I was like, just do like whatever. Like I really like how it's all varied. I like the different stack sizes and the different types of cakes. Just do whatever you want, like go crazy. And I picked the flavors. So for the cakes, it's $996, almost $1,000 but I mean, they're art, they're beautiful, and it's gonna be a dessert for everyone. And there's also gonna be some extra, so we can do that like freeze it and then eat it on your 1 year, that kind of thing, which is fun. Dress. Again, expensive taste. I'm not someone that was willing to like compromise. I just wanted to go into the experience, try on dresses, and like if I found the one, I found the one. I wasn't gonna, unless it was literally like 10 grand, 15 grand, something insane. I was just gonna be like, yeah, okay, like this is a dress. I'm not gonna worry about the price. Also, should have said this at the beginning, but keep in mind with all of these things, you can do payment plans. You don't have to just pay it all at once. Every single one of these things I've listed so far, you can do payment plans. You sign the contract, do a deposit, and just pay it off. So if I did all of this in December, we've had months and months and months to pay everything off. So that helps a lot because you can kind of plan for it and not have to just shell out all this money all at once. Anywho, my dress is so beautiful. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. It's literally a work of art. It's from this Israeli designer, Lily Hod. She is incredible, like such a work of art. It fits me like a glove. I don't have to get any alterations. It fits me literally perfectly. And it's just so stunning. So I'm really excited about it. It was also $5 grand. I didn't watch Say Yes to the Dress that much, but from my friends that do, they say that that's not that bad of a price for a dress. But then I also know people who paid like $500, $1,000 for a dress. So take that how you will, but it's expensive, but it's also a work of art. It's literally a work of art. If you see it in person, it's so intricate. Like, oh God, it's beautiful. I'm so excited to show you guys. But yeah, so five G's for the dress, again, on a payment plan. So we're already almost at like 20 grand just for this stuff. Suits for the groomsmen. All of the Sage and all of the groomsmen have the same suit. We kind of were slacking with the suits. It happened a little bit too last minute. We literally just got the suits figured out, as you guys saw, so we weren't really able to do like to shop around as much as I would have liked. But the suits ended up being, it was a $750 suit that the guy at Men's Warehouse gave us half off if we ordered all of the suits in one order. So like we upfront paid for everyone's suits, and then they just have to pay us back. So we got half off. So basically every suit is like $420-ish, I think. And they get to keep the suits. So yeah, it's pretty expensive per person, which is kind of unfortunate. But oh, the rental suits, the only option they had available, it was almost $200 just to rent the suit from there, and it was ugly as fuck. Like, it was an ugly suit. So you get to keep the suit. It's a Cole Haan, beautiful suit. Yeah, but we also had to shell out that at the beginning. So I think it came out to about $3,000, almost $3,000 to pay for all the suits up front. Catering. I didn't want fancy catering. Like, I really don't care. Also, I don't really eat most of the stuff that fancy catering usually has. Sage and I both don't eat meat, and a lot of my family doesn't eat meat, most of them. A lot of my friends don't eat meat, so I just wasn't really interested in having like a fancy ass meal. It's not really my style. And so we are having tacos. There's this local place that also has a restaurant in Seattle called Rocket Taco, and I know the owners, their kids went to Sage's mom's farm camp that I was a counselor at for years, and so the owners like know us really well. They're so sweet, and they don't really even do catering anymore, I don't think, but they're gonna like make an exception and help us out and do the tacos and all the food for the wedding. And they're also gonna do some margaritas and stuff, which is gonna be super helpful, and they'll have like staff there, and they're just great. And so we're doing 2 types of meat tacos and 2 types of veggie tacos, which I'm excited about. They're so good. One's a sweet potato black bean, and one's like cauliflower chickpea, and they're and so all the catering is gonna come to about like $6,000, a little bit more probably, but that's pretty good for catering. When I was looking at like fancy ones, it is so pricey. They're honestly doing us like a big favor, and they're really, really nice, and tacos are bomb, and I love tacos. Sage and I love tacos. So that's that. Rentals, like I said, there is nothing on the property really. Like, there's the house, but obviously everyone can't go in the house. There's nothing up there, it's just a field. So we had to rent all of the chairs for the wedding, and we had to rent a dance floor, speakers, like big speakers for all the music, microphone. What else did we get? Oh, a bar. We're having like 2 barrels with like a thing on it for the bar. What else? Oh, a bunch of like folding tables and things. There's just a lot that we had to rent. I kept having to add on more and more. So that is about $3,000. Also, keep in mind, sorry, I keep playing with my hair all the time. Whidbey Island is far out from Seattle. It's like an 1.5-hour drive, and you also have to pay for the ferry. And all these companies that are bringing over all this stuff have to pay extra, because you have to pay extra to have a big truck on the ferry. So everything that, like all of these things where they have to deliver stuff, it is more than it normally would, because there's like usually an extra $400 just because it's on Whidbey for the delivery fee. Also, next thing, are you like dying yet? So expensive. Plateware Rentals, like I mentioned in a past video, we are renting all of the plates, forks, napkins, napkin rings, table runners, ice buckets, cake stands, wine goblets, water glasses, champagne flutes, all of that, renting from this company called Balancing Balloons, who has like the best vintage selection of plateware, drinkware, flatware, all of that, like exactly what I wanted to find at the thrift store, like my exact image off my Pinterest board. They had everything that I wanted. Like, I almost got to copy this photo I found on Pinterest, like exactly to make it how I wanted it. So that to me was priceless because we're not really doing any decor on the tables. It's gonna be super simple, and the plateware and everything looks like decoration because it's so pretty. So that's worth a lot to me, and also it's just beautiful. So Plateware Rentals is about $3,000. It's gonna be maybe a little bit less because we're taking off some people. That was like the original estimate, I think, with like 200 people maybe. So hopefully it'll be a little bit less than that. Alcohol, I'm not sure about this exactly, but we're buying like the wine, the champagne, whiskey, and like any hard alcohol except tequila. The caterers are getting tequila. Any alcohol we're buying ourselves from Costco in bulk. So I was calculating it, and just for the champagne, because each table is gonna have champagne for the toast, it's gonna be about $300, I think, just for champagne. And then we also need red wine, white wine, some whiskey. So I don't really know, this is just an estimate, but I'm guessing it'll be around like $1,200, $1,500 for the alcohol. Maybe more, maybe less, not quite sure yet. So yeah, that's that. I want to make sure there's plenty of alcohol around for a fun time. Oh, also we have to get beer, and yeah, so lots of alcohol. Photo booth. This was something that I really wanted, kind of last minute. Actually, I just contacted them like, I think last month, but I really wanted a photo booth. I just feel like the one that prints out the strips. I was looking back at the ones, actually this is what made me want to do it. I was looking back at the photo booth strips from our wedding, our elopement in New York, and it's just like, I don't know, photo booth strips are the thing everyone keeps on their fridge. They just look so cute, so fun, like they capture such a good moment. I love them. So I wanted to find a photo booth that printed out the strips that people could take home. I don't like the digital ones where you like get an emailed copy and it's like wide. I don't like that. I like the traditional like strips. So I found this company called Shutterbus Co. that converts old VW buses into photo booths, which I think is so fucking cool. Also keep in mind, like I said, everything's out in a field. So anything that helps like designate an area and create kind of like an area is good. So the VW bus will be over by the bar area, and it kind of just creates a little like zone for people to hang out in. And also it looks so cool. I'll put in a picture, but it looks so good. So that also was more expensive because of the delivery fee to Woodby. It's about $1,700 for the photo booth. Crazy. Next thing is I have written down is furniture and rugs, because I wanted to have little hangout areas around the farm so people can like chill, take pictures, sit around. We're gonna bring this like green vintage antique couch that Sage's grandma gave us, and then also our orange chairs. We're gonna bring that up to the island, and might find and buy like some old couch from a thrift store. And I'm not really sure about that. The more that time is going on, the more money we're spending. I'm like, whatever. But I do want to have rugs going down the aisle to where we're saying our vows. I think that's going to be so pretty. I have a bunch of Pinterest photos of that, so I need to buy a bunch of rugs. There are a couple places you can rent, but I would just rather buy them because we would use them, and it's just, I don't know, I would rather buy them. We were looking at it, so we'll see what we do about that. That's a TBD. Not really sure about that. So as I mentioned earlier, there's no bathrooms up in the field, and usually for when Sage's mom does her farm camp, she just rents like a porta potty, like a regular old porta potty. And I just was not down to have myself, my friends, and also like all the elderly people in their fancy clothes go in like a nasty ass porta potty. I don't want to go in a nasty ass porta potty on my wedding day. I don't want my guests to have to either. So I felt like it was worth it to indulge in a fancy trailer bathroom. If you've seen them, if you live in New York, they have one at Domino Park. It's like a 3-stall electric flushable bathroom thing that has mirrors, running water, electricity. Very bougie, has AC in there too, but it's from a company called Royal Restroom, and it's $1,250 for that. But yeah, it's annoying to have to pay that for bathrooms, like gosh dang, but it's also just worth it, much more enjoyable for everyone involved. I think I maybe said this in past videos, but Sage was gonna try to attempt to build all of the tables for the wedding. He wanted to really DIY it, which is making me so nervous, and we actually started thinking about how much it'll cost for him to make them, also not to mention the labor that will go into that. I was not for this idea the whole time, but finally we found a company that would rent us farm tables for a reasonable price. The ones that I found originally were just ridiculous, so it would have been like $5,000 to rent the tables, which was stupid. But I found a place that will rent us the tables for $2,175. I think it's called, let me look it up, Puget Sound. Yeah, Puget Sound Farm Tables if you're in the area. And we're renting, I think, 15 10-foot tables. I just put down $600 for like random decor. Like I ordered some easels to put like signs on, and just I've been buying a lot of old candlesticks to put on all the tables. So yeah, it might be more, but that's just kind of an estimate. This isn't necessarily for the wedding, but it's still wedding costs, general wedding costs. For our combined bachelorette party, we didn't want to do like a regular bachelorette party. We want to do something all together when everyone's in town, make it a little bit easier so no one has to fly anywhere like extra. So we are renting like a small yacht boat thing, and everyone's just gonna have a party on there. It's gonna be like 40 people. It's gonna be literally so fun. There's a captain, it's gonna drive us around Lake Washington, and that costs $2,471 for that. But it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna ask the people coming to pitch in a little bit because we're gonna supply all the alcohol and food and stuff. So I think it's fair to ask them to pitch in to come on the yacht. Our honeymoon, we didn't want to go on a big trip right after the wedding for a couple reasons, but my thoughts is if we're gonna go on a big trip somewhere abroad, I want to go for like 3 weeks and go all around, go to different countries. And we can't really do that in September, schedule wise, just doesn't work out. So on the 5th, 5 days after our wedding, after we've like seen some family, friends, like we didn't want to rush off the day or night after. I just wasn't really down for that. We're going to Napa, which I'm really excited about. I've never been, and we both really like wine. So we're going to this place that there's a package included. So you get this amazing room, like super sweet room with the jacuzzi tub in it, looks out over the garden, and we get like all the meals included. We get a private hot air balloon tour included. We get a like included trip on a wine train, so you like stop at a winery, try some wine, go on the train, go to another winery, try some wine. Like sounds like heaven to me. And then we also get a private winery tour, I think. So there's a bunch of stuff included, and the room and board and all of that, and they arrange everything for you, so you don't have to schedule anything, which is what I wanted. I just wanted to like go somewhere where we can relax, not have to schedule anything, and just like enjoy each other's company and not stress at all, like 0% stress involved. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and it's $2,275 for everything, for like 4 days, I think. So that's pretty good to me. I've always wanted to go on a hot air balloon tour, so I'm really pumped about that. It's gonna be romantic. All of that so far is $41,918, which is a shitload. Like venues that I looked at charged $40,000 just to use the venue. So it's like a lot of money, like so much money, but it's also, we are saving money. But then also I have expensive taste, so we're not, and it's just meh. But I only get one wedding, you know, like you only get one shot at it, and I want to just have what I want. You know, want to have what I want. So we are paying for this all ourselves, which is literally insane. So if you see me doing more sponsored content lately, help your girl out, click on the stuff, like the stuff, because I need some coin to pay for this. I need coin. I got a new credit card to put all this stuff on. If you are paying for your own wedding, I would definitely recommend opening a credit card with really good points and putting all of the wedding stuff on the credit card so you can get bomb points. I got this Chase Sapphire Reserve, which gets like really good travel points. And yeah, my voice is hoarse from all of this, but that's all of the wedding costs. Like that is the real tea, unfiltered truth of how much it costs to do your own wedding. Oh, I didn't even put this in here. Oops. I forgot to mention, I planned all this myself. Like I didn't have a wedding planner help with the actual planning process, but we are hiring my friend Malia, who is a wedding planner, to be a day of coordinator, which would highly recommend. Everyone recommends this, just so on the day of, you who planned everything, me, I don't have to think about all the logistics and like the timetable, what the caterers need to put there and the tables and all that. Like, I don't have to think about it. It's her job to think about it on the day of, make sure everything goes smoothly, because I just don't want to have to think about it. I want to be able to be in the moment, enjoy my wedding, not stress out about it. So that is like invaluable. And she is just kind of like starting out on her own. She worked at a wedding venue or a wedding company for a long time, but I think she charges about like $500 for that, but also she's my friend, so maybe it's more. But when we first talked, it was about $500. So that is totally worth it for me, like priceless, because I want to just be able to enjoy the moment. Definitely would recommend having a day of if you are planning your own wedding. Yeah, that's the tea, guys. That is all of the money situation. I don't know. I hope I don't get hate for this. I don't see why I would. Like, don't hate on me on my wedding day. I don't know. But it also is a ridiculous amount of money. Like, trust me, I know that. And Sage and I are working our butts off to be able to pay for all of this. And our credit cards are very high at the moment. But we're getting those points, All in all, it's just gonna be so fun. Like, I just can't wait. And I'm so excited for the photos and the video. It's just gonna like, I rewatch our elopement video over and over and over. If you haven't watched that already, go watch it. And it's just so nice to be able to look back at all of that. So my voice is hoarse from talking. But yeah, I thought this would be interesting. A couple of you guys asked about this, like wedding planning progress, and I just thought I would share the deets, the dirty truth. I will link all these people down below if you live in Washington or are getting married in Washington. It might be helpful. I like scoured high and low for all these people on Instagram, on the internet, on YouTube, on everywhere. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, or you learned something or got ideas. I don't know, but that is the tea. That's the tea, and the wedding is so soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time seeing one of my videos. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. But yeah, I will link all these people down below if you live in Washington or are getting married in